Welcome back, everybody, to the O'Shea Vlogcast channel. It's been a while since I've been able to do a show on the channel, and once again, I'm glad to see everybody rocking with us. Again, by popular demand, I have one of the mentors, I would have to say, one of the bright minds of what is known as the manosphere here on YouTube. He's been out for a minute. He's a very, very, very intelligent and motivating brother. He said a lot of things that help change my way of thinking. And you guys know I'm a big fan of him, the one and only Mr. Research, aka
What's
Q.
up? What's up?
What's up, man? It's good to see you, bro.
Hey. This is my new intro. Then glorious. Got to you in the state of blackness.
Oh man, it's good to have you back on here, bro. You know, again, I'm a big fan of your channel, as you always know. I've been following you before you even knew who I was. I remember before I came to YouTube, I had a show called Planet O'Shea Radio on Blog Talk, and I know that it was a custom of yours to just see what shows were going on Blog Talk Radio, and you would call in. That's how I first got a chance to know you, through a conversation, and then I came to YouTube. I was like, oh, that's that same guy. So it's good to have you on, man. Let me ask you about the topic that you're talking about. We're talking about today, which is classy black men don't have time to negotiate. What do you really mean when you say that?
You know what? I'm going to try to tie in a little with what Steve the Dean says. Sometimes you get, or even Alan Roger Curry. Sometimes you get to a point in your life where you've done all the fucking that you need to do. You're not amazed by Pakistani pussy or Chinese pussy, and you are looking at things of value, and you look at yourself as something of value. When you start looking at yourself as something of value, every chick ain't worth your time and effort. You start looking at females like $20 prostitutes, or how are you going to mess up what I got going on? You notice there's a lot of people right now on YouTube talking about how to get more sex, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like I told you, and like I told several people, what you going to do after you get that sex and that girl hits you 10 years later with a Me Too charge? So I don't have time for all those discussions. So I got two chicks that I deal with on a regular basis just for sex. I got one young lady who wants to be a girlfriend, and she operates that way. And until she solidifies her girlfriend position, I'm going to still do what I do because I don't need the extra nonsense. And classy, sometimes people misinterpret what classy is. Mm-hmm. Classy is your behavior under pressure. So just because I deal with these two chicks does not mean I'm not classy. I orchestrate my situation. I'm finna fly out to Denver, and I'm finna fly out to Atlanta for the 1,000-man march that they're gonna have on the 20th in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Making my moves that I want to make. So I don't have time for a woman to jeopardize any of that.
Okay, let me kind of talk to you about this, because what people are going to want to know is a lot of brothers think that they are classy, and maybe they are not, because you have a lot of brothers talking about they're alphas. They've been saying that, you know, a long time on YouTube for the last 3 or 4 years, that they are, you know, not a beta, and also that they are classy. What makes a difference between a brother who's classy and a brother who's not classy?
Again, classy is what you are under pressure. So your approach many a times is not so much how you dress, how you look, how well manicured your goatee is. That's part of presentation of classy. But classy is a state of mind to where if I run up on you with a gun right now, what's your way in dealing with that? Do you, okay, brother, okay, chill out. I don't have any money on me, you know, but I'm going to reach into my pocket right now. Now, somebody else might classify that as calm, but it's really a classy thing because your 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 mind state is always smooth and what's the next level and what do I do next here. Let me put you in another scenario. You walk into a room, you see a bunch of chicks, females with husbands, a couple of females is looking at you. How you handle it is classy. Do you overly stare? Do you throw a quick smile and turn away so the husband ain't hip to the game, hoping you run into her on the bar later? Do you walk by this chick and touch pinkies to let her know you saw what you saw her face and she saw yours? I had a chick in Atlanta come up to me with her husband or her boyfriend or whoever that she was with. I was waiting for a date. She started literally trying to pick me up while he was there. How did I handle that? Oh, what about your husband? Nah, I was classy. I knew what the situation was. Mm-hmm. I knew she knew he knew. So it's how you deal with things. Other people want to make it a look, but it's really how you're dealing with things.
Let me ask you this, because you've been critical of a lot of YouTube channels, especially amongst Black men, that have a lot of pejorative things to complain or to get women to change their behavior. Why do you feel that brothers who are classy, they don't have time to be in a negotiation process?
We don't benefit talking to helpmates. We don't benefit talking to teammates. If you and I are going to do a business, O'Shea, either you ready to do it or you're not. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to proceed doing what I'm doing like you proceeded with Negro Manafear, whether cats was ready or not. Mm-hmm. Time to negotiate with us and get us to understand? No. You went and made that move. And anytime guys waste, you got to understand, on YouTube, we have wasted 8 years, going on 9 years, complaining about the same thing and using the excuse of we waking brothers up. Mm-hmm. For eight years, going on 9. What are we waking up to? The same conversation. Matter of fact, no matter how much you hate it, even when you look at MGTOW, mm-hmm. you can't look at MGTOW and say they're constantly having elevated conversations. These conversations have been covered by Turd Flinging Monkey and Sandman every which way but Sunday. Everything else, everybody else saying is a regurgitation of that. Mm-hmm. I'm on here talking about I want to buy some land, and I'm showing you a piece of the land I want to get. Mm-hmm. Do you see MGTOW videos talking about that? So my point is not to discredit MGTOW, but I'm saying, answering your question, the listener, what is the listener getting? O'Shea is going to be okay once he's finished medical school. Once you've forgotten about YouTube, you're going to have some Negroes in the same position. That's the sad part. Once I've moved on, you're going to have dudes in the same position. And that's the part I'm getting about being critical. We're saying, a lot of us, not all of us, a lot of us are saying the same message that has been said for 8 years, mm-hmm. 49 different ways. And our fans, well, my fans are different. My fans are more on a super engaging intellectual side. Like, we have a lot of detailed discussions in our comment section, but a lot of the fans are not elevating. They're not growing. Last point. Mm-hmm. Angry Man said one time, most of the people who donate to him, most of his fan base are not even guys. So he has more guys watching, but more guys who got the money to contribute are women. So what is the message? The dudes don't believe in the message to even donate? Look at you. You and I have had discussions. Mm-hmm. Manosphere is supposed to be a whole TV section by now. What are these dudes doing? You tune in to O'Shea, you look in the comments section, great video, O'Shea. Oh, that was bomb. On fire. O'Shea gets maybe a couple of $100 or $1,000 or something. But where's the, hey, I'm O'Shea, I have a dream to be the Madame Noir for Black men.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to turn the Man of Tomorrow, me, a couple of brothers in Africa to actually get the funding? What the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
When you got all these cats watching. So that's what I mean. Somebody has to be critical, to be honest. There has to be a devil's advocate. Mm-hmm. We can't all just be at the tribal pack going, hey, bitches. You have to have somebody come over and say, excuse me, young gentleman, when do you plan on going your own way? You've been sitting in this one area, slamming your club on the ground, talking about bitches. When do you plan on going to see the world? When do you plan on? No? Okay, I'll come back next year. Okay, so it's 2 years later, gentlemen. You're still banging your drums in this forest. Do you plan on going over here and taking over this kingdom? No. Okay, I'll be back again next year. And so that's the problem.
Let me ask you this, because we have a lot of brothers who, I know you heard of the the Umar Johnson situation,
yeah,
the Tariq Nasheed situation, and you have brothers out there who have talent that do have certain platforms, but when it comes to, let's say, Black men supporting one another, I'm not talking about me personally, but just any black man is doing something positive, they will point to, well, if I get behind this, people like Umar are crooks, people like Tariq Nasheed are crooks, so therefore I don't want to be let down. What do you say to brothers like that who will say that the reason why I can't support something is because every time niggas get something started, they fuck it up?
Well, because that person did not investigate before they started giving. See, we are in America. We're a hope. I hope you do right. I hope you gonna do what you say you do with the money. But what does a white man do? What does a Latin man do? What does a Black woman do? Mm-hmm. Read up on you. They want to know who O'Shea was back in Sacramento before they give $1. Mm-hmm. Talk about your dream all you want to. So it seems bad, but we as Black males have to investigate more. That way we'll be let down less. Let me use your Tommy Sotomayor example. Mm-hmm. Tommy Sotomayor is on his 12th or 15th GoFundMe. In that time, Tariq done put out, what is his 5th documentary? Tommy hasn't done one. But yet, today, he's asking for $500,000. So he got to GoFundMe for $500,000 now.
Who does?
Tommy.
Wow.
I'm going to do a video on it in a minute. He got to go Indiegogo up for $500,000. He wants $500,000. Okay. But that's how stupid he knows the Black male community is, because that's his bread and butter, along with the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay.
So he goes to interview, like I said to one of his fans, this guy has interviewed David Duke 3-4 times. How have you benefit from watching David Duke Ku Klux Klan videos? Being interviewed? I got to understand how they think. Dude, you could have picked up a book and got that. So it's like people, for the simple fact that Tommy has to move from mansion to mansion, never did the movie. You might have heard about the Tommy Sotomayor cruise they was going to have. That didn't go through after he got the donation. I mean, got people to buy into that. And it's just that Black male community, they're going to say those type of things. They have to look at themselves and be like, what are you investigating before you give this?
Let me ask you this real quick. Let's say I'm a brother that is raised in a less stellar background. I don't have a father figure, because many of those brothers do watch our channels and watch interviews like this. don't know much about the outside world. We are asking these brothers to get it together, but what would you tell a young brother or older brother that's never had, anybody to kind of help him do certain things? How is he going to elevate himself to the classy status and to maximize his self to be independent and take care of himself and possibly being able to compete in a society that he wasn't really raised to do well in? How can he do that?
If he is in Maryland, Maine, Vermont, planet fucking fuck, he needs to constantly look for any local men's groups, men's clothing stores, because the men's clothing stores know where men's stuff is happening most of the time. Or if all else fails, find your local 100 black men. They are pretty much in every state,
mm-hmm.
and go get exposed. It's just that easy. But when you go around these mature dudes, what happens is it isn't that they don't know where to go a lot of time. Mm-hmm. They take that B-boy corner mentality with them. They can't. Because once you done survive, bruh, you ain't trying to be, you know what I'm saying, in the same condition that you were. You trying to be in a better situation. And a lot of times when you're trying to help some of these people that you're talking about,
mm-hmm.
want to stop being what has been failing them.
Let's talk about this, because we were talking a little bit earlier about some political things that have been transpiring. And shout out to Mike Shobes and Shelly. Says, I may not always share views, but I respect you. Thank you so much. Let's talk about the political landscape of the United States. We know that Donald Trump has, and the Republicans passed a new tax bill. And we were talking about black men' ability to possibly become conservative. Give me a spiel on that, if you would. I'm echoing a little bit on your side. I'm not sure why.
It's not coming this way for me.
It's not coming this way. Okay. Do you guys hear echo in the chat? Okay, let me know if you guys hear echo. But let's talk about this. Should black men start to withdraw their support from the Democratic Party? And if so, why?
Okay, so let me give you a background and I'll answer. So I've been a conservative since 1986. I've been to dinners. I got white friends who are Republicans. I got white friends who are liberals. I got white friends who are from the coffee party. I got white friends who are from the Green Party.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I still show them my blackness, because I know being black is more important than being an American or being part of a party. With that said, I'm going to publicly throw a shot out, a shot at somebody's head. When you hear these Anthony Logan Bryan cats, they're a bunch of bullshit, because they're repeating white people talking points. They don't know anything about conservatism. They don't know who created conservatism. All they know is Reagan. And this is why when people like Brian Anthony or Tree of Logic, which is another one, she's a former police officer,
Dallas.
Black people left and right. When you get these people, they are so ingrained in whiteness that they don't know how to be black other than to criticize black. That's my take on it. That's just me. So with that said, conservatism, man, is all about, if you was to look at the flag, don't tread on me, with the snake on it.
Mm-hmm.
All about what we're doing here is more important. Stuff like NAFTA should have never been created, because things were so much better before NAFTA. Or even the Democrat Ronald Reagan, because everybody knows Ronald Reagan was a Democrat before he was a Republican. So all that stuff, man, just leads up to this answer. It's better for you as a black man to be an independent.
Mm-hmm.
Register as an independent. Tell Democrats that you're independent. Every time somebody puts a mic in your face, you're an independent. Let it scream loud and clear. Mm-hmm. Black, especially since they got disrespected recently by the Democrats. I mean, basically, fuck y'all. We're not going to do nothing for you. They got pissed. You need to register as independents. So this way, These people have to fight for your vote. They have to make public promises to you so that you will hold them accountable for whatever public promise they made to you. But we as Black folks are not doing that, and we showing our cards too early, if that makes any sense.
Let me just do this. And Brandon Neal says Tommy scamming the KKK is brilliant, to be honest. Okay, shout out to Brandon Neal. Let me ask you this. Because I also feel that Black men, because I'm not really so concerned with it's no offense to Black women, but it's not my concern. Right. I think Black men also should consider being independent. But why? What is your number one reason? Why should Black men not? Because Black women are Democrat. They're going to vote in the interest 90-something% of the time. What if somebody asks you, why not go? The 20 million Black men in America. Why not they just give their loyalty to the Republican Party and fund them? Why not do it like that?
Because it makes you more powerful for them not to know that your vote is guaranteed. It makes you more powerful for them not to know that they got you counted. It makes it, and I even say this as a conservative, you want them to say, okay, Black men, they hate the Democrats so much that they guaranteed to come to us. You don't want that either. Mm-hmm. And I am a conservative, long time, but I'm saying this for my people before I say it for my party. If I say it for the party, then I'm putting the party before my skin tone. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's better for them. It's better for you not to fund nobody. It's better for you to say, hey, look, y'all got to work for me. I might mess around and give it to the Green Party, the coffee party. Mm-hmm. You need to tell me something. When you come on V103, when you come on a Breakfast Club, it better not be no songing and dancing and talking about hot sauce. You need to tell me that you're going to go to the EEOC, that you're going to put 14 agents at the EEOC, mm-hmm. and you're going to focus on getting more Black male jobs. Okay. That's the conversation you have to have. And matter of fact, you need to be so independent that you need to sit up here and say to anybody that's interviewing, put them on blast on YouTube. Charlemagne was interviewing Hillary Clinton and didn't even ask a valid question. This show, Charlemagne is a culture vulture. He asks detailed questions when other people come on. You got to start putting people on blast, because the Black male group has to act like they want to advocate to make laws for them. You have to act like you want to advocate. And then worse off, if you do get an advocate that says, I'm all about the Black man, you guys need to make sure you protect this dude and not jump in with the women and the white folks the minute he get caught getting head in the White House. Be like, no, President Johnson has been down for us. He done sat up here and made stuff better for us. I don't give a hell if he got it. You ain't got Black men doing that. Black men is like, oh, what? President Johnson did what? Oh man, I'm gonna make 14 YouTube videos about him. Forget the fact that he helped you. Mm-hmm. Do you see gay people making discredited videos about Obama?
No.
No. Because Obama helped their ass. Mm-hmm. Do you see Puerto Ricans who was talking about we don't even want to be part of America before the storm hit? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Independent. Now, we love America. We part of y'all. Bullshit. You was talking big shit. Just you was finna fucking vote out of being an American. So you need to be independent.
Let me do this. I'm gonna give some shout outs here. Mr. Grandeur, because I gotta spread some of this overtime love. Thank you, fam. Lawrence Daughtery, shout out to you, brother, man. $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Jervis Horton, $5. I really appreciate all you brothers. What up, man? Paul. Let me ask you this though, Mr. Research. Recently, as you know, there's a new Marvel movie coming out, Black Panther. There's been some talk. I'm not sure if it was a big movement, but some women are threatening, African American women threatening to not see the film. Now, I say just like black women, shout out to my boy Daniel Simmons, man. What's going on with you out of Atlanta area, out of Ghana? We supposed to hook up. Good brother, man. I talk to him every day. My big brother, he puts me on a lot of information. In fact, Mr. Research, I need you to hook you up with this brother right here, man, because he's out actually in Atlanta too. So that'd be a good hookup for you, man.
Cool. Because I'm gonna have lunch with a bunch of my YouTube fans in Atlanta when I get there. So yeah,
okay. I'll hook y'all up on email. But let me ask you this: black men have a really good spending power, but no movie, no kind of entertainment economy. And even when you look at the political landscape, black men are really not used to coming up with some sort of agenda to fund an agenda. And I guess let's talk about the entertaining aspect of it first. Why don't black men have their own entertainment, even if it's small, with the websites, movie theaters, that kind of economy? And then we'll start talking about the political funding landscape that brothers can actually, in the agenda. But look, I want to just go with the first question. We talk about how to design the political agenda with black men that feel differently. But why do you think that black men, when we have so many of our brothers that have money, why don't we have the films that support us?
Okay.
Why don't we have the, the YouTube's type of stuff?
Okay, I'll answer that. But let me first say, Charles Merchant in the chat room, what did I miss the mark on? Please put that in there. And if you got questions that you want, I will answer them. As long as you donate to O'Shea, I'll answer your questions. But Charles, you got to do more than just make a speech. And
I think he said something, but the chat moved up.
Oh, well, I'm all the way up. But okay, no problem. But nevertheless, here's why we're not doing it. Anytime we come out with Rainforest Films, which was an all-black, high-level film company, that's the opportunity for 14 black men with $10,000 to go get a piece of it. The blue collar brother working at the plant, he need to talk with a couple of other brothers on YouTube. See, the main thing is brothers are not talking about business. We're talking about vagina every day. Not talking about business. You know what I'm saying? When you get Man of Tomorrow come over here, he talks business. It goes over a lot of people's head. When other people to come in here, they're talking about business. So if I'm saying, okay, like I said to my best friend the other day, hey man, we can go grab one of these California houses, $8,000 a piece, and use it as investment property. How many people are actually holding those conversations in their real life? And it doesn't make me no better. It doesn't make me condescending. It just makes me, I see the bigger picture. I put myself in financial situations to protect myself. I can't just be getting on YouTube to talk about, I hate these bitches, O'Shea. O'Shea, you just don't understand how much I hate these bitches. Why do you hate these bitches, Q? Because they won't let me nut in their mouth and walk away. No, they know I'm a man. I'm built here to just fuck them and walk away. And they make it so hard. These bitches won't obey. Ain't nobody got time for that shit, man. Look, get your money right and go focus on something. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something real funny. I'm gonna predict something. O'Shea finally finishes medical school and starts making that medical money. You're gonna see less and less of this motherfucker because that money gonna start pouring in. He gonna start being a 6-figure plus motherfucker. He gonna be like, man, fuck you niggas. I gave to the community. Oh, but that's how they can do it. They need to start looking at each other and be like, hey, look, I got 4,000. Let's put it together and buy a $100,000 house in Tennessee and use it as investment property. Let's look at who's the next up and coming filmmaker who's putting out some decent films. I ain't talking about Cameron, Mace, shoot 'em up, film, no Jay-Z shoot 'em up film. I mean, who's making some films about what brothers are going through? Mm-hmm. You know, who is trying to get his child back? Who's making those movies? And let's go say, hey, brother, how much would it cost for me to get 10% of this movie? When you put it out, can I get the California rights to that movie? And if so, how much would that cost? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And we're not having those conversations. And then when we do start having those conversations, there's always some Section 8 do nothing Negro. Man, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. And then he starts speaking loud. And then another, that ain't gonna work, dude, speak up. And next thing you got two dudes trying to yell down 98 of us.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you this. And I just want to, kind of, because a lot of brothers, some of us have a little bit of a higher business acumen than others. And that's probably the case with most Americans. How, being with business or entrepreneurship, it does take a learning curve. It takes some investment. It also takes some good sense. What do you advise for the brothers who are used to being maybe like, working a regular job and transferring to trying to pick up some of these entrepreneurial skills? In your opinion, where do these brothers start at trying to get into the group investment game? Like, what do you call these groups? Capital investment groups or investment groups, things like this. How do these brothers start to get into the knowledge of such things?
Okay, easy. It's a $5 book. It's called Strategic Planning for Dummies.
Okay.
Strategic Planning for Dummies. And in that, it breaks down everything possible on how you see the world, your banking, your water system. It changes your mind on how you look at everything. And by the time you finish that book, you'll be thinking, every time I take a shit in this toilet, it costs, but I don't pay anything. Mm-hmm. There's a dude that fixes the water pipe who makes damn near double what I'm making. How's that? And it gets you to thinking differently. And then you start elevating into banking and other arenas. But first, I got to break your thought pattern. I got to break your pattern of it can't be done. And just like RW47 in the chat room, this kind of ties into something what he's saying about how racist the Republicans are. Me and O'Shea were talking privately. What happens is all the dinners I've been to, they like family people. And most of us black people are single-minded, I want to fuck everything in the room type people. Mm-hmm. And Republicans really want to see family and business folks. That's all they really want to talk to. Mm-hmm. So you're a dark blue, black, blue, purple dude. You walk up there with your wife and y'all got three KFCs and one Taco Bell. They forget that skin color quick than the motherfucker.
Say that again so they understand. Say that again.
You walk in there with your dark ass wife with her afro, okay, with a Colin Kaepernick shirt on. But you got two laundromats and you got a hip hop nightclub. Them motherfuckers don't give a fuck about your skin color. They want to know, what do you do? How can they do business with you? How can they put their liquor in your establishment? Well, let me introduce you over here to Lorraine. Lorraine actually works at Coors. That's how that shit happens. Mm-hmm. So it's less about the racial thing. It's still there. But money talks way more. And then when you start talking about family, we have about 5-6 kids. Oh, well, we'll go ahead and come over to the golf course. Edward, I thought they don't allow black people. Man, look, I know so and so. You come with me, and that's how that's just how that door opens. They see you trying to go to a business level and a family level. Them doors just swing wide open. And like my family has had their property for 55 years. My parents have been married for 54 years. So, you know, we're probably the only black over where my mom stays. We're probably one of 3 black people who still own property. Everybody lost it because their sons and daughters didn't have their money right to take over mom and dad's property.
Let's talk about this, because a lot of brothers have been raised to feel white supremacy is king.
Fuck white supremacy. My dick is bigger.
What'd you say?
Fuck white supremacy. My dick is bigger.
Okay, so they
look. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
I'm a dark-skinned brother. I have never feared white people. I fear the black dude who doesn't want to do nothing, who's going to shake me in the back and take my shit. I don't fear white people because I know their system. Their system is about, how can I fuck over the dude that has no support, that has no family, that has no career? Once you get out of that, they can't fuck with you. I went to I got stopped for a ticket one time, had my car towed, and went to jail. My friend came down and put his house up and bailed me out. Did you hear what I just said?
Mm-hmm.
When you got that type of thing going on as friends, and mind you, my friend used to be my former boss. It's just I humbled myself enough that we became friends. He saw how sincere of a dude I was, and we still friends to this day. White folks appreciate that. White folks, through him, I met an Egyptian dude who owns a string of spas. And you see how this thing just opens up? I really don't fear white supremacy. I know it's there. I know it affects other people. It used to affect me before I got in the career that I'm in. Now that I can afford a lawyer, now that I can drop 5 Gs, now this shit don't bother me no more. Fuck them. A gun and shoot back.
Let me just do this. I want to shout out my man Eastside Gypsy from Detroit, right? Ain't donated a minute. Much love, brother. His boy Byron, he hooked me up to him, man. It's good to see him in here, man. He always, sometimes he calls into the show too and supports the Brother Peel. So it's good to see you guys in here. Let's get the likes up, brothers, just to take a little bit of a break. For those of you who want to subscribe to Mr. Research, you're definitely in for a treat. You know what I mean? We do this show for black men. So let's get 28 brothers to like the video. Currently we have 173 watching right now. Now, just like you, Mr. Research, we are from the state of California.
Yeah.
Now, I know we're going to get to these taxes in a minute, but I saw on John Chow's channel, I don't know if you know who John Chow is. He's a famous blogger.
Okay.
And he said $84,000. Now, in Orange County, if you are a family of 4 and $84,000, if you make less than this amount of money, you are considered to be in poverty. I'm gonna say it again, just in case y'all didn't hear that. If you
a family of 4, family of 4,
you are in poverty. I think that the reason why we got to talk about this is because so many brothers, even though they are working, doing the right thing, prices are going up. The US dollar, I mean, I know internationally is declining. That's a whole nother situation. But just the fact, if you have a wife and 2 kids, and if you're not making $84,000 in certain places, like let's say Oakland or Orange County,
right,
you are in poverty. Let's talk about if I'm a brother that is not married or thinking about getting married, and I know that this $84,000 mark is here. What are some of the things I need to be getting ready for so that I'm not in poverty?
So the start of 2016, I warned everybody, come November 2017, black men are going to start feeling it. Now you see all of these people making poverty videos. They're starting to see what I was telling folks about a year ago.
Yeah, you're sure right.
So what was happening? Say that again, O'Shea, so that they know.
You said it. No, you predicted. You said it. And when I went back home in Sacramento, poverty was everywhere. Homeless everywhere.
So what people are not understanding is, especially since these taxes have passed, you're going to get that paycheck that you're getting right now in America, 25% more is going to get taken out from FICA come March, come the start of March. So expect you get 100, 150, 160 extra taken out. There are so many people living check to check, they can't afford that. The houses in certain areas like New York, Jersey, Chi-Town, certain parts of Texas, even Atlanta might get hit. They're going to go up, the taxes, because what people don't understand is the state has to offset for what the federal do, because your local hospital is a state hospital. It's still got to get funded. A lot of stuff has to get offset. So when you're a family of 4, really a family of 3 adults, because kids will really count as an adult. So everybody needs to make at least 40,000 each. And if you got a 2-parent home that don't make 40,000, which is the equivalent of somewhere between $12 and $16 an hour, then we got a problem. You have been settling in life too much. You need to try to be a manager. You need to try to hire and bring some other black men into the workforce. That whole day of just being a dark-skinned person at the job and just sitting down coming to do your job. There is a Pakistani person trying to get you kicked out now. She's the manager and she's trying to bring her people in. There's a person trying to get you kicked out now. She's trying to bring her people in. There's a white person, and you the only one talking black, talking about, I just came here to do my job. I ain't trying to do all that. No, these people got agendas. And this whole thing you're talking about is an example of that. When we have the next war, black soldiers, Latin soldiers, and white soldiers are going to go fight for this country. Do you think there's a Chinese woman that's going to put on a military uniform and fight for America? You think you're going to see a man from Yemen or any one of these people from Syria who came over here to fight? No. They're going to watch you go over there and die. And once you're dead, they're going to take over your land and property. So this is what's happening. This is the world now. We can get on YouTube and fool ourselves into thinking, no, it's just black people. Black people ain't shit. And black people. But the reason why I don't fear white supremacy, the reason I say fuck white supremacy, you got to put yourself in such a powerful position financially and career-wise, no matter what these evil Edomites do. You have an umbrella of protection. These friends that you got count, O'Shea. You got to have real friends around you, not no fake-ass YouTube niggas. You got to have friends around you.
Right.
Family members. You got to have real family members. One of my fans contacted me the other day and said he listened to my video and told his mama, because I told my video about what I said to my mother. He went and told his mother, hey, look, after I finish getting my degree, I might move out the country. So you need to start getting your stuff together and get an investment, buy a second house, do something, because I ain't going to be around. And these are the conversations we really need to be having. Because these other conversations, we're just fooling ourselves. We're wasting time. Dan effing Dizzle, wasting time. I'm just saying, wasting time. Shelly Sterling. If you don't have conversations that are deep, then yeah, I'm going to seem like a condescending asshole to you. But guess what? I got an umbrella for the acid rain that's coming.
Let me ask you this, because I did a show with Sub-Zero 3639. Shout out to him, and we did a show on the lack of black human capital. And what we were talking about on that show is one of the ways that black men can change their position, and you just kind of mentioned it right now, is upgrading their skill set. And I think you mentioned that a little earlier. How important is it for the brothers? Because we hear a lot about the Bitcoin investment, and I no knock to Bitcoin, because Solo TV 84, I talked to him on the phone.
He's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's made like $5,000 or $4,000, and that is a good investment. I can't say that Bitcoin is not. It works.
Yeah.
However, I'm a bigger proponent of human capital. I believe in human capital. I believe in business that creates constant cash flow all the time.
Absolutely. That's why I believe in unions. Mm-hmm. I believe in paying dues. I believe in getting somebody there to fight these battles so you can have a $2,500 check sent to you after you retire and not just hope 401k will last. I believe in human capital. But here's the thing. I did a video on about how people can be a city council member. I don't know if anybody saw that. I'm doing this thing now with my live streams called Black Men Solutions and Answers. Because when I start doing these things, I'm going to start interviewing people and we're going to talk about actual solutions. So what I said to a lot of guys, you can go be a part-time city council aide and get $35, $45 a year. All you need is a GED. When you look at the requirements for a city council aide, it's there, begging black men to take it. But you know who ends up going? Black women and white folks. It's an easy job to get into. All you have to do is go say, hey, look, I know you don't have many black males here. I'm going to fill this out. I apply. And even if you don't get it, contact the EEOC. Say, hey, they're not hiring black. They'll go investigate. Hey, you guys have never hired a black male before, and this guy made a complaint. So he has the ability to sue y'all. And even if you don't sue, the complaint is in. Now it helps the next brother, human capital, because you got to hire a black dude or face federal penalties. This is something we as black dudes don't do. I don't even know if the chat room knew that's how EEOC worked. But this is what we're not doing. We're sitting on our hands and we're complaining about these chicks. What I'm trying to tell you is you're right about the chicks. Now turn, walk away, and go buy some property.
Let me ask you this, because that last part was pretty good. When these guys are, as we will say, maybe complaining, are making their points about women, you would say that, hey, you're not even wrong. You are right. So you would agree, like, with the things they're saying, they're not necessarily wrong. Is that right?
No, they're not wrong at all.
Okay.
They're right. They just spend too much time. And it's been 8 years complaining about this shit.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about black men networking and using YouTube as a vehicle to actually network with like-minded individuals. I mean, I've never met you personally, but it seems over the last 2 years, brothers in this side of YouTube have really kind of started to network. Me, you, Mr. Man of Tomorrow, HT Logistics, certain brothers, that we work together. Donovan, Rom, Alan Roger Curry. We have started trying to connect brothers and network to try to find out best practices. But a lot of brothers don't understand the power of networking. I know that you go to the Portuguese festivals in Oakland, you go out and meet people of different races all the time. But a lot of these brothers may be in a little bit of their comfort zone and don't really know how to network and how to make a way for themselves. What would you suggest for brothers trying to network and get into that kind of arena?
Network requires a patient ear. Too many brothers come up and want to dictate what this connection should be about because they have an idea or they need funding or I. No. You need to have a patient ear and listen to people. You hooked me up with Man of Tomorrow. He has I have his number. I haven't been able to contact him because I've been on a 3-month vacation and I've been enjoying my vacation. So after I do this Atlanta stuff, I'm getting back to work and then I'm going to contact him and some other people who have been reaching out to me to do radio shows and all this other stuff. I haven't attached my mind to that because I'm still on vacation. But when you network with somebody, you have to have a patient ear for what they're doing and for what they're talking about. And then you're sharing what you're talking about. And then you guys see how you can fit together and make things happen. As much as black men complain about, let's say, weave, has any black man got together and said, you know what? Why don't we make a connection over in India and import our own weave to Atlanta and have us be a weave distributor? Do you know that's been done? Black people are actually weave distributors in Atlanta. Me and my friend were going to get into it until during our investigation we understood that a lot of the Indian hair has bugs in it because over in India they're a very unhealthy living type of people. So having bugs and lice in their hair is a normal thing for them. You have to have somebody pick all that out while you straighten it before you package it. There are some people who get packages from India as weave distributors that's full of bugs, full of eggs. Why do I know this, O'Shea? Because I had this conversation with my friend about investment we were going to do back in 2008. So when you're talking about this stuff, you have to have a patient ear because there's information you need to get. You need to source it. You need to find out. It's more than just saying we want to work together.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. I know I'm echoing on it's coming out on the other end, but I don't know. You've been killing it on the interview, man. We got 2 more people that like the video. If you guys want to do that, I guess what I wanted to know is if there anything else that you wanted to kind of touch on as far to the brothers today that you wanted to speak about.
Well, let's talk about what is conservatism.
Okay.
So a lot of people, especially black Republicans, they believe in Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan hurt black people severely. Ronald Reagan is the reason for the drugs being dropped down here. And then you'll hear black Republicans say, well, the black people didn't have to get it up and sell it. Well, what you don't realize, there was a cocaine sniffing culture. So just like with Miami, when people are smoking pot the way they are now, and it's a culture of people smoking safe pot. If I start dumping pot on the street that's laced with LSD and you don't know it, then you're going to get hooked to LSD because I have infiltrated the culture and made it into something else. So conservatism, real conservatism, started with the French Revolutionary War. And the whole point I want you guys to understand that. So when you hear these black Republicans talk, they need to talk about the concerns of black people. That's why people like Jesse Peterson will cut people off because his concern is not black people. His concern is trying to appease white folks. Conservatism and real Republican stuff has nothing to do with that. Now you look at how these Republicans are lying to white people. You look at how these Republicans are creating things to hurt white people. They're going against their own situation. And it's hurting a lot of white people because white people are realizing, wait, y'all said it was going to be this. You going to raise the debt? Yep. Because it's not about skin color no more. It's about who's okay financially and who's not. And what black men have to understand is you can hate all you want to. You can point out white supremacy all you want to, but to defeat it, you got to start picking jobs that have careers. To defeat it, you got to take some of that career money and invest with another brother to open a t-shirt shop or a weed shop, like one brother in the chat room said. Or I know one dude, he makes something called drippy pipes, where he has flavored little smoke things that he has. He's doing well. You got to take that extra job money and link up with somebody else and start doing something. Stop sitting on this money. Stop sitting up here taking this money to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? Too many guys are just, and then the only thing you have left after you have no property, no land, you have nothing going on, you say, It's because of these worthless bitches that I can't make it. What are you talking about? You had every opportunity to take $5,000 and link up with 5 other brothers to where y'all got $25,000 and open up that Blimpies. The Blimpies only cost 30 G's to open. But you didn't even take time to check nothing out. You know, and then you got, you know, people will say like my man said, the Republican Party has been infiltrated by socialists. Why don't you join the Republican Party and go to a dinner first before you put out in the air all this fictional crap? You guys got to stop assuming how things work, and put your hand in the sausage and make the sausage. You got to, because these women are doing it. And you know what you're going to start saying in a minute? Women's supremacy. You know why you're going to say women's supremacy? Because women are getting rid of all these people and they putting in other women. Look at NBC and CBS. They got rid of the news anchors, put in women. Look at the senators that got kicked out. They put in women. So what you going to say next? Women's supremacy? And even if that doesn't happen, look at how all the Latins are coming up. You're going to say Latin supremacy. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying, what are you going to do to fix it? What are you going to do to fix it? And you know, Black Youngster, he said, well, even if I got 5,000, stop saying even if and go get it first. Stop working at the warehouse. Stop. Go work at the distribution plant. Go get the manager job. Go apply for city council aid. I showed you how to do it. Yeah, Blimpies is a sandwich shop, O'Shea. It's like people. It's so unfortunate here, man. It's like, it really hurts my heart that Black men just want to complain but don't want to make shit change. And it's like, dude, if me and O'Shea leave YouTube, BGS leaves YouTube, about 4 other dudes leave YouTube, what do y'all got? Who's really giving you information on a man level? No matter how much you might not like me, who's giving it to you? The guy that gets up here and says, man, we gotta keep fucking these hoes, man. We gotta keep fucking these hoes. Okay. And then when she gives you a charge from 10 years ago, then what you gonna do? You know, you done sat up here and has, or if you're a female, because look, let's keep it real. If you a female, you sit up here fucking these men, and one of these men see you doing well, 15 years, and he goes to the police. You know, she drugged me and took the dick. Yeah, people might laugh, but you're gonna find yourself in court, lady. Nobody, hey, that's what it is. What's to stop anybody from doing it? But we sit up here and we say, oh man, fuck Mr. Research, man, that arrogant motherfucker. Oh, man, I'm just gonna continue to do what I'm doing. 5 years later, we see you living under a bridge with a tent, talking about fuck society, I'm happy. Okay. All right. Let me ask you a question, O'Shea. Mm-hmm. Why do we have so much Black male homelessness? Uh-oh. Did it?
I don't even know where to start. I mean, how much time do we
interview you for a minute? Because this will be an interesting thing. I'm gonna interview you for a minute. Please go ahead, bro.
Well, I mean, I think there's certain things you have a lot. Number one, you have a lot of Black men, I think, depending on women to live, and you know.
Whoa! Say that again. Oh my God! Whoa! Is that honesty? God,
you got a lot of brothers, man, playing house with women. You know, that's I think that's a dangerous thing. Mm-hmm. We have that. We have a very low human capital. We have a lot of brothers who are not prepared for the future. And and then we have a lot of brothers, I feel, who feel like they're going to be entitled to some of the same things they've seen their mothers get, their sisters get, and the same things that Black women can get in the Black community. You cannot necessarily get.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop the show.
Uh-huh.
Stop the show. Stop the show. Stop right there. Can we dig into that? Why would this guy, who obviously has testicles, why would he feel that he's entitled to the same things his mother's entitled to, O'Shea?
Because that's how he was raised. That's what he buys into.
And he thinks that's going to protect him? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think a lot of Black men feel that they are a protected group.
Wow. Let me ask you another question. So, for some of the women who are watching, so they can understand what some of the guys go through, do you think that women should be held accountable for the outcome of their children?
Yes. They had them.
Why? Why do you think that? Why not blame the fathers as we always done?
Well, because the woman is the one who brings the child to term, And don't get me, like I said, this is maybe not as clear. So let's say you have a situation where a man says, I want to get you pregnant, I want you to have the baby, and then he dips out. Then I can understand that. But there's a lot of cases where women get pregnant and the guy was like, hey, I was just fucking you, and doesn't want anything to do with her, not even a relationship. They still had a baby anyway. And those cases, which I feel are many, many cases, the woman is, I believe, at fault. Number one, she didn't protect herself. Number two, look who she's doing it with. And number three, she's bringing the baby to term knowing that she won't have help. So in those cases, yes.
You know what? I wish Miss Ann was on the show, the lady in the chat room, because I would ask her this based on what you just said. Why don't fellow women, and I guess I'm gonna ask you to answer it if you may, sir. It's your show, but why do women, knowing this, go out with tea, hang out with their girlfriends all the time, and never hold their girlfriends accountable for how unkept the children look?
Well, I mean, because again, how long are we gonna be here all day? But if they hold their children, their friends accountable for how their children look, that must mean that they need to be held accountable for their things. And Black women don't want nobody criticizing them, so therefore they're not going to, take their time criticizing other women. They're not going to do that because they don't want nobody criticizing them. So it's better to turn a blind eye to it.
Thank you. I'm glad you said that. So I'm gonna end my part on saying this. All I try to do is hold brothers accountable to something on YouTube. Because there's too many brothers going into the pack chanting, and that's all they do. And then you ask these same brothers, what do you do, brother? I work at the Huck and Fuck Shake. Okay, brother, you've been on YouTube for at least a year. You've heard what all these prominent brothers have said, and you still working fast food, you still working retail, you still working janitor, you still working at the warehouse. Oh, come on, Q, you looking down on me. No, bro, I'm telling you, winter's coming. I'm telling you, the ice dragon is on the way. You cannot just hold the door. You can't hold the door. It's coming. So no matter how you feel about what I'm saying, as I end my part of O'Shea, I know you got to go. But my thing is, you need somebody to come into your group and say, MGTOW, when are you going to go your own way? You need somebody to come and say, Ibmore, when are you going to have your own TV program? You need somebody to come in and say, a Negro Manosphere, when are you going to be the next Madame Noir for the male version? You need people to come in and drop that so that ideas could happen, so people can move. Because I'm going to tell you, if they was to kick us off YouTube tomorrow, people would scatter like roaches and go to other places just to complain, not to create, not be like we own 10% of Black Spot, not we own 10% of. And then people like O'Shea, once he started making his money, I started doing my investment. We're going to leave y'all, and we're not going to be able to turn around and help you because you're not trying. And that's all I want to say, bro.
Well, listen, man, it's another classic.
And you know what? I really like Steve. Go, Steve.
he's a nice person, man. Deep down, he just
yeah. You know what? Let me clear something up because everybody was blah blah blah. I don't like when people do stuff and run away. Okay, so if Steve didn't like something that I was saying, which was real polite,
right, it was.
Then the thing isn't to use your power of the hang up button and then talk shit. Don't do that, man. That's something Umar Johnson does. Don't do that. It would have been better to be a man, to be the man mindset. Hear me out, saying, "Well, bro, I disagree with that." But I didn't call the bro out his name. The bro started calling me all type out of my name. So I made a couple of videos about him, but he's really a cool dude. I've interacted with the dude way before he even came to YouTube.
Yeah, so, he's a nice person. He's a sensationalist.
He give you a bunch of good information as far as like if you're trying to start and do this stuff, he gives you a bunch of information. But I just wish he would just really practice the man mindset and be a little bit more calm about how he talks to people. And then hanging up and running away, I just don't agree with that as a man mindset. So I just wanted to publicly say that.
He's doing better as of late.
Yeah, he has been. That's why I say I like Steve, man. He's cool. You know.
Yeah, man. He's doing better, man. He used to be going in, but he's been adapting and everything. So shout out to him again, man. You know, I really want to thank everybody. Speaking of that, I got to do something. I might do another stream on the other channel a little bit later, but again, I want to thank you, Mr. Research, you know, for just
you know, I got an interview coming for you next week, so you're gonna come on my live stream. You're gonna do it.
You know, look, you already know I'm there. I'm there waiting. So
okay, no problem, because I'm gonna bring you on with a chick.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's no problem. And you know what? I very rarely ever get offered to people to come on their channel. That's typically something I never get.
You're definitely coming because it's gonna be. I'm gonna invite key people. Certain days I'm doing certain things, and it's always going to be in the evening because I know people are on the East Coast. So it'll be like 6 o'clock, 5 or 6 o'clock West Coast time, which would be 9 o'clock East Coast time. And I'm going to do a lot of men versus women conversations, and I'm going to moderate it. Okay. And yeah, so it's going to be a really intellectual thing. It's like, you know, I'm not going to allow people to speak over each other. It's going to be a real bang detailed type of deal. So you shall be invited, sir.
Okay, well, you know, I'll be definitely looking forward to it. Again, I want to shout out to everybody for you know, subscribing to Mr. Research. I know many of you have already done that. Get the likes up. I haven't been so active on this channel because I was in the United States and I was traveling. But thanks everybody, man, for you know, what you guys have been doing for this sector of Black YouTube. I also want to say we do have the Negro Manosphere Awards show coming sometime next month or in March. That's going to be crazy. So I already reached out to Alan Roger Curry. I told Mr. Research about it. Solo TV 84 is going to be hosting it with me. So we're going to have brothers actually go and vote on the website for your favorite YouTuber of the year, your favorite writer of the year on the site, your favorite African writer of the year. So it's going to be a real awards show. So we need to do something for the brothers that have, you know, doing shit. So shout out for Anthony Baker. Here's a donation for the heat bill. So yeah, we're gonna do something, man. You guys have always have donated to us, so we don't even need any money to raise for it because we're just gonna just out of the Patreon money, I could do the whole show from that. So, Mr. Richard, what do you think about that, man? The Negro Manosphere Award show. What do you think about that, player?
That is going to be great. I think it's going to put you on a whole nother level. I really think that's going to be good, man. I would say even make you a little ad for it on some of your shows. That way you can kind of put it in just before your show starts.
Yeah. I'm gonna get it together, and we're gonna have a real good time, man. We're gonna have a big stream for it and shit like that. And so again, I'm interviewing Alpha Male Strategies guys on Sunday. I talked to him on my main channel. And Mr. Research, again, I'm glad that you're here. For those of you who want to get on the email list, over 5,000 readers to the negromanosphere.com, drop your email and I will basically get you on there. And shout out to the brother Anthony Baker again. Shout out to all the brothers that support the show. Anything, last things you want to say, Mr. Research?
Please, brothers and sisters who are listening, it's 2018. Don't make the same amount of money that you made last year. Stop being okay with that. Mm-hmm. Start looking at other situations. Go jump on these airplanes. They got deals. You know, you got to broaden your thought pattern. You got to be able to be ready for whenever Doug or Falcon Black or Joe Cool come to you with a $500,000, you know, open a string of theaters deal, y'all got to be ready to roll. If O'Shea comes up with Negro Manosphere TV on TV One and he need $100,000, y'all got to be ready to roll. This ain't the thing no more of just sitting around laughing and joking on YT. Please be ready when we ready to move.
I agree, man. I agree. Again, thanks again for coming on, big bro. I appreciate you guys. And we'll see y'all a little bit later. And thanks again, Mr. Research.
All right, take care, bro.
Peace.